Hi, real estate friends. Liz Young with Remax Executive, and welcome to episode 60 of my video series. Today, let's talk about everything buyers and sellers need to know about home appraisals. It's a big topic lately because appraisals come in often different from the purchase price, and what does it actually mean? First, let's talk about if you're on the buyer side. If you are taking a loan, the lender will order an appraisal. The appraisal, it goes into a pool, so an appraiser is randomly selected. So gone are the days where a lender can say, hey, Bob, do this appraisal, and we want it to appraise over list price. So it goes into a pool, an appraiser pulls the request for the appraisal, and typically they will go to the home and look at the house and write an appraisal. The appraisal will be based on several comparable sales of closed sales, typically within the community or outside the community, and it is an opinion of value. So we could have three different appraisers appraise the same home at a different price. Why do we do an appraisal? Well, the bank is trying to protect their investment in your property. So if the bank is going to lend you, let's say, $400,000, they want to be sure that they could sell the house for the value of the loan or more should the buyer default on the loan. Often the appraiser has the purchase contract, so they kind of know what the buyer is paying for the house, and they often back into the number. Not always, but we do see that happening. If the home doesn't appraise, the buyer has some options. We can go back to the seller and ask the seller to adjust the purchase price to the appraised value. Many sellers aren't that motivated to do that, so it's worth asking, but it may not work out. Typically, a lender will only lend up to the appraised value. So if the home doesn't appraise, then the buyer might have to bring their down payment plus any additional difference between the appraised value and the purchase price to closing. So it's always good to have a little of extra money on hand if you need it, if the home doesn't appraise. Typically in the Charlotte market, I do see homes appraising, but it really varies. And we still are seeing multiple offers where buyers are willing to pay more for the house. If you're a seller, you're not that concerned with the appraisal because in North Carolina, the buyer is buying the house in its current condition. The seller is never obligated to adjust the purchase price for an appraisal or for repairs. It is interesting to know what your appraisal is. And I always tell my buyers when the appraisal comes in higher that they have instant equity adding to their net worth. So it really varies. Most appraisals are coming in around purchase price, but it depends on what the buyer is willing to pay for the home and recent comparable sales. Appraisals are typically only good for 6 months, and anytime a house hits the market or closes, it could change the value of your home. So if you'd like to talk further about appraisals, give me a call, text, or email, reach out with any questions. Bye for now.